would say he's better at moving. All those combined, I think, will make him the favorite in this matchup.
Fair enough, but now let's get straight into this one. We'll skip the stats. We'll just go fly straight into it because Eamonn and Anu are now on the board. We've yapped for long enough, and here we go. Anu in with a quick guess here in Paraguay.
Yeah, pretty much in Paraguay with his plonk.
At least on the border there, too.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
just a bit
looked a bit more green, more tropical, which you get more along the north of Argentina. The further south you go, the more dry it gets. As a rule of thumb, of course.
Yep. Round number 2. We go to the train tracks. But where is this going to be?
First thought was wrong, because I thought Mexico, but we don't have octagonal poles, so we are in Colombia, I would assume. Yeah, we have a yellow plate. So, and white signpost as well. So we should be in Colombia with those two clues combined.
Quick guess from Mano. We'll leave Eamonn with 15 seconds to work with.
Pretty big open valley. Of course, there are a lot of options with that, but it will rule down a couple areas at least.
Let's see. What do we get? Both of them nearby, and this is the first time in a while where just go capital and you get the better hand. Would have been better off, but doesn't matter. This time around, it's going to be Anu out victorious. So both able to get a round under the belt as we head into round number 3.
Yeah, especially with the railway we had. It's maybe more likely to be around the capital in a country like Colombia, but hard to tell. Here we have some German on the language, but this sign is blue, and white sign you won't find in Germany or Switzerland.
They're both
or Luxembourg.
Scanning for specific cities. Here you can see very quickly Anu was looking towards the eastern side of Austria.
We have a pretty flat landscape, and with that given, you should be east, south, north of Vienna, or along the Germany border.
Yeah.
But most likely to be where they are, and you see Anu also scanning along the Germany border now because those are the only options.
I'm surprised that when they're within such, like when they've narrowed it down to, let's say, like 50 to 100 square kilometers, that they then take this long and not just get the guessing quicker, especially with how fast Anu played the last 2 rounds. He's clearly changing the pace up, now going back to effectively where he started, like 4 seconds into the round, and he's going to be on point, but you can see they were both looking for a potential 5k there, but this time around it's going to be Anu out victorious.
Yeah, I feel like they both know this round won't matter too much, so might as well just play it out and flex on us with 5k.
Some time.
They tried to give us the animation.
Yeah. They were both there. They both knew. They took their time and they tried to get it. That's been now. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to not talk this round. I'm not saying anything.
Would you look at that?
Give me that 5k. I'm ready, Gelotris. It's your turn.
Yeah, they are not looking at the right things.
What should they be looking at?
At trash bins, definitely. Because shop fronts. Oh, it's saying get it. That's east or west of Bolu? It's northwest in Turkey.
Okay.
Get it. Was it east or west of Bolu?
Anu is in Ankara. How far off are we?
200 kilometers.
Okay, so not
maybe less. More. He found it.
There you go.
100. Yeah, it's east of Bolu.
Even line up the 5k.
I knew it's in the Bolu province, but I forgot if it was east or west of it.
I feel like that's how he got the 5k in Denmark, though, by just kind of throwing it into the city somewhere, and somehow he was 80 meters off. Let's see if he gets it this time around as well, as he has found the city. Eamonn, you can see a little bit of a shaking on the head there. Not quite sure. Actually, he's going to be there again. The 5k once more from Anu. The flick of a wrist sends it into the city and gets it again.
Love to see that.
You know what? I think he knows who's casting today. He's had 2 5Ks, one in Turkey, one in Denmark. I like it.
Wait,
I like this man. I want to meet this man.
Us. He didn't even want a 5K. He just did it for us. So
he just threw it in there. He kind of looked away from the screen while he was doing it too. You know, just style points. I like it.
No look 5K. And this time we are in Russia. Usually with a flat green landscape, you want to consider Omsk, but this is not Omsk. This looks more east of the country, maybe around Ulan, but then it should be a bit more mountainous.
Get some signs there. Yeah, and even if it's 100 kilometers to a city, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a city.
No, I've never heard of Irail.
Yeah. Well, Eamonn is far towards the west.
I'm
not sure exactly where Arno is.
I think they are... Oh, we have Irael on Eamonn's screen, but he guessed right on top of it. Now he switched up. He should be very close. Yep.
There you go. Eamonn on point. Big damage coming through. Actually, really big damage coming through onto Arno. He congratulated his 5k, but now he's in trouble.
Definitely. Not the easiest round, and we move over to Thailand. No. Are those the poles? No, it's Malaysia. I think. Yeah. Okay, we have Malaysia.
Neighboring countries. On the sign. Big damage though if you get it wrong.
we have Ipoh on the sign, which is north of the country. We also have Georgetown on the sign, which is also a bit more north. But then again, those towns you probably also see if you are pretty far south in the country on highway sides.
Don't always have faith in highway
signs. But then again, I would still think we are in the north, because we would probably see Kuala Lumpur on the sign if we are south of Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah,
that's my logic.
Still sitting on the south side of the capital. It's only Arno who's opted to go up towards Ipoh, but not all the way up there. Georgetown.
Oh, we have Kuala Lumpur on the sign.
Kuala Lumpur is there as well. Let's see. Let's see who's gonna get it. 1 second to work with. Arno still further up towards the north, and he's gonna be correct for being there. So 150 kilometers further towards the target means 1600 damage done to Eamonn, who's now sat just above 2000.
Yeah, with the ordering of the cities on the signs, I would say it made more sense to be north. But obviously hard to tell. Definitely. And we are back to Russia. We have some info. I cannot get any info out of that billboard though.
Arno defaulted into Kazan initially.
We have a C-type antenna, which you should find around Moscow.
Am I completely wrong for saying, because it said local history museum in English there, that we might be further west, or could that be in the east side of Russia too?
You know, if it's a museum in somewhat of a bigger city, you could definitely also say English in other places.
Okay.
But
I've never been to Russia, so I wouldn't know.
It could be a clue.
I just figured that the east side of Russia doesn't attract as many Western tourists, but here we go. Eamonn on top once again. Is it going to be enough? Yes, indeed it is. Yep. He's going to be ahead 1-0.
Yeah, this game pretty much got decided by Russia. Whereas, I mean, the first guess was big points for Eamonn, and this time it's just to get those extra points in. But nonetheless, gaining a lot of points in Russia in this match of the moving game. And yeah, I'm not surprised. I've told you, Eamonn on moving is scary.
Pretty solid. I mean, I will say Arnold did make it a pretty good fight.
Definitely.
Coming into the end of it there. But nonetheless, Eamonn out victorious to kick things off. There were a couple of rounds, though, where it seemed like Eamonn was a bit shaken, frustrated about some guesses he didn't get right. Arno's 5k, of course, didn't really help his momentum either. Or Eamonn's momentum either, that is. So a tricky one at that, as both of the players now waiting for this next game to get started. Usually we don't get to sit here and just stare at these guys. But here we are. Any big takeaways you want to go through from what's happening in the background there? I'm not seeing any big posters. I see Eamonn. Is it a mirror? Is it a poster on the back of his webcam there? I'm not quite sure.
I am not sure. It looks like a mirror to me.
It looks like there used to be a poster on the left side for Eamonn. Or maybe it's...
Oh wait, that's a door, right?
It's a door.
Door, closet.
We don't usually get to sit and look at these guys just waiting, and they don't know that we're looking at them either.
You know, we have to talk about something, you know. Why not?
They're like, guys, start the game. This is getting awkward. Start the game already. But here we are, getting into game number 2, into no move.
Looks promising. It looks promising. We are about to start the no move game here. And we start off in North Macedonia, maybe? We have some Cyrillic. It looks like the Balkans, so it should be Serbia or North Macedonia.
A rare Macedonia at that. It's been a while since we've been down there.
Is it even Cyrillic? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, so if it's Serbia, it should be south because of the mountains. You don't get those mountains in the north of Serbia. And if it's not, then it should be North Macedonia.
Well, both in and around the
we
same
have
area.
a blue strip on the cards, so it should be Serbia, more likely. I like the niche guess. I like the niche guess a lot with the mountain.
Eamonn, bit for the North of Nano.
It
Should
was
have
North
gone further
Macedonia.
south as it was in Macedonia. I can't recall the last time we had a round go into Macedonia.
Yeah, I mean, the vibes did fit for North Macedonia, but we had that strip on the car, which is more likely to be seen in Serbia than in North Macedonia, but not 100%.
Oh,
and
this
we
is
are
wallpaper.
somewhere in Patagonia.
Wallpaper location, look at this.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It is pretty. We have Eamonn here on the Chile side, as well as Arno with the white Google car.
Is this a special route? Like this road in particular?
No.
No? Okay, it was the fact that he was already looking to line
well,
up the road?
The general region, yes, but it just looks... There are just way too many pretty roads down there to say this one is recognizable. Because
fair enough,
all of them look pretty in their own ways.
Eamonn very quickly looked for the specific roads and whatnot as we go into yet another beautiful location for different reasons. We're out in the fields as, yeah, I mean, this could be... Honestly, northern Germany could be Denmark too. I'm not seeing any bullets. I feel like Denmark has more bullets more often. But you know what, Arno? Anytime you get a Denmark guess in, I'll smile.
I would say the same applies to Germany. You get bollards on every round, on every road. But overall, I would say the round looks like Germany or surrounding.
It was Denmark.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, that's not border. It's like all the way southeast there.
Huh.
Yeah,
I knew.
Pretty
Better
hard.
Denmark than me, confirmed. First the 5K said, now it gets in a round where I don't even know where it is. Damn.
We have a pretty straightforward round here. We are in the mountains of Bhutan. Those pines are very commonly found all over Bhutan. We have the grey Google car as well to confirm it. And we are just north of Thimphu there.
I like how this is very similar to the previous game where early on, Eamonn takes a big hit and then Anu gets a hit, but he just starts clawing back, getting back into the game. And then, obviously with the previous one, he was able to come out victorious. We'll see if Anu can now maintain this lead as he's 2,700 points ahead.
Indeed. And we are in Oceania. To make a safe call, we have yellow signposts, which you see in Western Australia. I did not think of Western Australia off the bat, but I would believe the yellow signpost. However, these are green. Oh, they are attached to lamps, okay. Because the one in the distance to the south was yellow. And with how green it is, yeah, I like more of the southern part of Western Australia. We have Arno a bit more inland. Eamonn is all the way on the coast. This will be big points.
It sure will. 3 times multiplier as well. Maybe Eamonn can swing back right after Arno got ahead. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. And indeed, it will be. That. 5K for Eamonn. Big damage.
72 meters.
Wow.
And Eamonn strikes back, almost getting his lead as well. And we are in Japan here.
You know what? Let's see, Arno. If you can do Denmark that well, I'm sure you can do Japan equally well too.
Well, it looks like we have a Kyushu pole top. It looks like it. It's pretty hard to tell, but if it is, then we should be in southern Japan, and we have Eamonn indeed in Kyushu. I want to say, yeah, that pole top, that extending pole top with the hole on top of it is something you see a lot in Kyushu. The big southern island of Japan. But Arno is also pretty far in the south. I don't know if he is in Kyushu or just close to it. It's pretty hard to tell.
Let's see. Big distance between the two. And once again, not liking that one. It's got to hurt extra when it's on home soil. As now Arno, despite being up 2,800 points just 2 rounds ago, now he's sat at just over 1,000 health. Half health of Eamonn, who is now getting yet another round in Australia.
Are back in Western Australia as well, I want to say, with this landscape. Plus the red Google car, also very commonly found along these roads leaving
he's
Perth.
just leaning back now. Arno is not happy. I mean, even 5k in this area.
But he should be fine here. They are both right on top.
I hope so, but 4
with
times
their
multiplier.
guesses.
Okay, close to one another.
It's gonna be, what, 100 points or something?
Yeah,
No, not
minimal.
even 56.
Minimal at that, but scary nonetheless. You can see Arno, I mean, it just doesn't feel like he is playing with the same confidence that he was before right now. The guest came in there, it's like, not really too pleased.
Nope, he has the pressure on him now. Interesting location. We have a lot of these birches.
In before, this is somehow Denmark too. Not that I think so. Just without things have played out so far.
Don't know about these road lines.
We definitely have those
like
road lines in Denmark.
Is it a double white line?
No, it's white on one side, half on the other, showing where you can take over.
Yeah,
or overtake.
That's what I thought. But the mixture of those Baltic pines and birch trees makes me think Poland might be a
with
good
1100
guess.
health at 4.5 times multiply. I feel like that's dangerous. He's going Romania, he's going Poland, I mean, they're all over the place right now.
I mean, it doesn't look like the average Poland road. I want to say, like the road quality, the road how it's built doesn't look like Poland, but the vegetation would fit.
One is south of center, one is north of Arno. Oh, happy with that one. He's going to be able to stay alive. And not just that, he's going to be able to take it all the way. Wow. I knew the multipliers were high, but I did not imagine that one doing 2,500 damage.
He gets the win of region guessing Poland.
Wow.
That is
and they were
insane.
both all over the place in that round too. Big turnaround for Arno now. Going into an NPC, let's see who has the momentum going their way.
Not an easy one, for sure. We have summer coverage. This is Bulgaria. If you combine a rusty guardrail with a bad quality pavement and summer coverage, you will very you would just guess Bulgaria and you will probably be right.
Well, they did, and they were right. So maybe there's meanings to madness. 92 damage done. I feel like this is the least damage we'll ever see in an NPC round.
Yeah. And let's see what round 2 is. I wish I could get a better look on that pole.
I'm sure the
so I
players
can make a less embarrassing shout here. I want to say, I mean, on a dirt road like this and a very flat landscape, yeah. It's pretty much countries that are possible here are Argentina, South Africa. Yeah, that's pretty much it. With this foliage and the flat landscape. And with that pole having a leaner on it, I want to say Argentina is more likely.
Eamonn is readjusting a bit. Seemed like he was going a bit further north with his guess. Right on the border.
It doesn't look too far north because it's a bit more dry.
Arno is even further up there.
You barely see any trees, therefore I like Eamonn's guess.
Let's see. Some distance in between the two. 1 second left to work with. Micro adjustments being done there in the end of it. And, well, I mean, for Eamonn, that only got him closer to the target. It was down there for a round 2. That's 2,000 damage done.
Yep, definitely a tricky round, but at the same time, if you think it through, it makes sense to be somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And now we have... Do we have front plates? It looks like we don't.
Doesn't look like it to me.
So
but I also only have 3 pixels to work with.
Yes. Winter coverage is interesting because I didn't see winter coverage in Pennsylvania before.
Michigan, liking that much more?
I like that more in terms of the season. Michigan has winter coverage. We definitely see some snow laying around there, right? On the left.
Seems so like Eamonn in Ohio.
Like
they're both hovering
but
around.
we rule out Canada here, right?
I mean, you tell me, you're the expert.
Okay. No, I think it's the US, but very hard to region guess here. I like Michigan with the snow coverage, but...
See what we're getting. Last second readjustments once more, and it's the north side of Detroit. So, needed hit. Swing back there from Mano. Keeping Eamonn humble. Down under 5,000 health he goes. As we take it into round number 4.
Gotta respect him for trusting the winter season there. And now we are, again, pretty far south in Argentina. We have some mountains. Looks a bit wintry, again. Pretty hard to tell along these Andes where you are, because a lot of these towns look similar. What you do have to know here is where you get the mountain ridge to the northeast, because that shouldn't happen in too many towns, so you can rule out a couple. So if you know your terrain, which Eamonn does.
The almost 5k to win the game. I think Anna was as surprised as we were on that one. Like, Eamonn, what are you on, mate? How do you know that?
I mean, yeah, that's an Eamonn moment. He, especially on no move and an NPC as well, he's giving us